They finally fucking done it. After 19 years, pretty much all my fucking life, the Leafs win a fucking round. Since the last time they won it before this year, I was like what 1 years old, couldn't experience it, and then they like what they didn't make the playoffs till like 2013 or something, or 2006. I don't fucking know. And then they lost to Boston when they were up 4-1, and then they couldn't make the playoffs ever since then. And then, you know, 2016, 17, we got Matthews and Marner, Nylander. We lose to the Capitals, then lose to Boston, then get John Tavares, lose to Boston again. Then we lose to Columbus in the bubble. And then the next year we blew a 3-1 lead to Montreal. And then the next year we just got beat the next year against Tampa. This year we won 3 overtime games on the road. That's fucking tough. That's really tough to win 3 overtime games in the road in the playoffs in Tampa. You know, they looked better. I'm not saying they looked better on the road, but they kept the game in check on the road. Their only good, like, dominant win was at home when they won 7-2. Let's go over every game, and then, I couldn't do it yesterday because I had something came up. Something big came up, so I couldn't do it. So I'm doing it today, and I'm gonna do the Broncos draft recap and see what the Broncos got. I don't fucking know. Don't care at this point. Because the Leafs, they made my day. And that's something the Leafs never did. So I'm happy. Alright, let's start off with game one. Because game one was a fucking stinker for the Leafs. They cut game one. Where is it? There it is. They lost 7-3. They were down 3-0. They scored a couple of goals. Then they allowed a goal back. And then Michael Bunting elbows Chernik in the face, gets a game misconduct, and that basically ends the game. Everyone's panicking. Game two, the Leafs dominate from start to finish. This was their best game of the series, obviously. Winning 7-2, putting up a shitload of goals. At the end of the second, they were up 6-1. They just dominated, start to finish. Game three, they came back in the third with a minute left. Ryan O'Reilly, playoff hero, scores, and then in overtime, who scored in overtime? Oh yeah, Morgan Riley scores the game winner in overtime, making it 2-1. And then the next game, down 4-1. Austin Matthews carries his fucking team to carries his team, and then Morgan Riley gets the game tying goal. Morgan Riley's been amazing in the series. And then the game winner, out of all fucking people, that bum Alex Kerfoot taps it in from Giordano's shot from the point, and it's 5-4, going home, and the Leafs just fucking lay an egg. There's no doubt about it. They lay an egg. In the first period, it was tied 1-1. They scored first, and then they allowed a goal right after. And then the second goal was the worst. Samsonov should have had that. I remember that. He should have had that second goal. And then they scored the third goal was because Justin Hall was on the ice every single goal. And that's why he didn't play in game 6. And then the Leafs, they scored a goal with, a 6-on-5 goal, Austin Matthews again, making it 3-2, and then they couldn't tie it up, and then Tampa got a last-minute empty netter. Now we're going into the game 6. Was tied after 1, and then the Leafs scored midway through. The second period, Austin Matthews again. This was the Austin Matthews series. It didn't start off that way, but this was the Austin Matthews series. He scored to take the lead, and then Stamkos scored because of a bad turnover by Matthew Nyes. But Matthew Nyes, he fucking turned up in overtime with that assist to John Tavares. I don't know if Tavares scored or Morgan Riley. They're giving it to Tavares now because I don't think Riley. I don't know if it didn't hit his skate. But yeah, I'm really happy we got the series win. We'll find out who we play in the second round. Never thought I would say that. And my teams haven't won a fucking round since 2020. Like, the Jays haven't won a round since 2016. The Raptors haven't won a round since 2020. The Leafs finally win a fucking round. Good for them. They played really good. Came back in, like, what, 2 games? Won a 4-1 deficit. They could have lost the series in 5 games. But they didn't give up. So they can rest up now. I don't know when the first game of the second round is going to be. It's either going to be in Boston or in Toronto, game 1 against Florida. So we'll see what happens. I hope that game goes to like triple overtime or something, no matter who wins. I want them to be tired and exhausted. And I want the Leafs to be prepared. You know, we weren't perfect this series at all. The Lightning were really good. Like they outplayed us kind of, but we won because of the new additions at the deadline. Samsonov clutching up in Game 6. It's amazing to see how this team played this series, and I'm happy they got the win. You know, I needed that fucking win. You know, personally. But off to the second round. Never thought I would say this, but you know. No matter what, the rest is gravy because they slayed the first round demon. Now we gotta keep on pulling forward. The season's not over, playoffs not over, job's not fucking finished. Gotta win the next round. And that's all I gotta say, guys. Peace. Go Leafs, go. And the boys did it. They fucking did it. Boston or Florida. I think the Toronto Maple Leafs will be fucking prepared and ready, whoever they play. That's all I gotta say. Peace. Go Leafs, go.